What up? Sun's out and it's raining and it feels good outside and it's a wonderful day. How's everybody doing? Anywho, dang, that sun is bright. It's pretty cool to live in a world where most phones are waterproof. Not just water resistant, because water resistant is cool too, but they're actually waterproof. Like 3 meters, usually, not bad. You can hop in a swimming pool with them. Anywho. My hat's on backwards, mostly because I don't want to put my company logo out there, even though anybody that sees that probably figure out where I work, but you know, man, it is awesome out, except for I do wish I had my boots on because my feet are getting a little wet and I don't like wet feet. Ugh. Hell yeah. Look at that bright ass sun back there trying to get at me. Ugh. Anywho, I already uploaded a video today, but I thought, let's upload another one. Does there have to be any meaning? No. I can just feel like talking into a goddamn camera if I want to. And it's raining, so it's pretty tight. Pretty fun. It's like this perfect rain right now with the sun out. I hear the birds, but it's raining. It's nice and warm. It's like super dope, dude. For reals. Oh, man. I got some new shoes coming. They're gonna be here like sometime next week. My feet hurt. I always wear a hole through my shoes because I walk so much. Oh man. Hold on now. Hold on. There's that little bloop. Man, this is great. It's great. It's a great day to be alive. You know? You know what I mean? Man, some people, they're crazy. Like me. No. I just don't. I'm probably a victim of this. I probably do this. I try not to. I don't think I do it, but I guess everybody probably does it. But you can argue with somebody about something, and they'll swear up and down they're right. And then you show them an article, written by the federal government, and then they still don't believe it. I mean, if you show me a source, not just some, random page on there, you actually source your content, and you show me that I'm wrong about something, then I'm pretty sure I will believe you. I mean, when it comes to laws and federal regulations and stuff like that, I'll just be like, oh, sorry, I was wrong. It says right there. There's a lot of things that still can be opinionated, like, what's better, Ford or Chevy? That there are stats and there are facts that compare different manufacturers, and at the end of the year, at the end of the day, one of the two are better than the other. Okay, I don't know which one, but there's graphs and charts, and people go through all kinds of trouble to compile that information. But you could show that to somebody. Like, you could compare, Ford and Chevy, and let's say Chevy comes out on top by like a long run, and there's still gonna be people out there that say like, oh well, I know this graph says Chevy's better, but Ford's a better vehicle. Chevy suck. That's just how people are. I mean, I'm telling you, I don't think I'm that way, but I might be, which is really embarrassing, honestly. But it is life. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm all about facts, but I could be completely wrong. Anyways, that's why You know, I've done my research. I look into Consumer Reports. I listen to word of mouth. I watch way too many reviews on YouTube about all kinds of different products. And I usually just buy a pretty decent product from the get-go. I try not to ever buy cheap Chinese knockoff bullshit, stuff like that. So I usually have pretty decent things. I drive Hondas. That's my favorite. I love Hondas. I love the graphs and charts on Consumer Reports. I love word of mouth on Honda. I mean, there's a lot to be said. People say they run forever. Well, they kind of do. I mean, of course nothing's forever, but you know, like, people think they're gonna buy this American Chevy Spark that's turbocharged or whatever the fuck they do nowadays. I think it's supercharged, my bad. You know, and they think, oh, this car is gonna last me 300,000 miles. Nah, don't think so. And that's not just me being a dick or me being misinformed. There's facts, you know. Take a nice little Honda 2.0 engine and it's gonna last a really long time, even with some hard driving on it. They're really good cars. You know, every Honda should be easy 200,000 miles, and then you might start replacing some major parts, but nah. You know, Toyota's good. Japan in general, they got some shit going on over there. They just kind of get it. Their engineers are really amazing. Anyways, all that aside, I'm just saying, like, in today's day and age, you shouldn't believe everything that you read on the internet, but it's really easy to source material. You can source anything back to its origin and make sure that it's a fact and not an opinion, and make sure it's a fact and not somebody being biased. I know older people, when I say older people, you know, people in their, I would say people 40 and above, they don't really understand how the internet works. They don't really understand how websites work. And I'm starting to learn that everything I learned in high school, everything I learned in school, this older generation, like 40 years and up, they don't know what sourcing content is. They don't understand how to look for data on the internet in the proper places and in the proper way. They just click some random ass article, get a virus, and they done. It's hard. Now they better with their hands. They probably got better memories than me. Shit like that. Hell, I was at work the other day, and this dude's training me to do some stuff, and I don't get it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm clumsy with my hands. You know, I'm a little slow at whatever he's doing, trying to teach me. And, you know, he says something, maybe you shouldn't be a dental technician, blah, blah. And it's like, it's funny to me because that dude, I mean, he wouldn't even know how to reformat a hard drive. He wouldn't even know the difference between a hard drive and a disk drive. Like, you know, I mean, it's little things. Maybe that's not important, but to me it is, because that's what I work with, is computers and IT and stuff. You know, he don't know the difference between an STL file and an object file. He don't know what an SVG is. Like, this dude's hardcore, like, I'm older, I'm so much smarter. But the reality is that everybody, every age group has got their own thing going on. I will never be as good as he is on the bench. I don't give a fuck, because he'll never, ever be able to work side by side with me on a computer. You know, like, everybody's got their different skill sets. In the older generation, they don't get that. Things are just so different nowadays. I spend hours and hours and hours when I was a kid, and today I'll spend 8 hours straight on a computer, using a computer, ruining my damn eyes. That's why I probably wear glasses. But I'll spend hours trying to solve a problem. It might be just a file formatting issue where I'm doing some research and finding out how these files work with each other. I mean, it might be like downloading a virtual drive and like figuring out how to change the MAC address on your computer so you can get back on a Wi-Fi network you've been banned from. I did that. I mean, it's like little tiny things like that, but I spent all these hours doing research, learning about the computer system, and learning how like all the little ins and outs work. And that's what I've spent all my time doing. Then I spent time playing video games. See, the generation before me, like 40 and up, they're used to working 5 days a week, having weekends off, probably forgetting about work on the weekends. And they had different hobbies. Nobody sat around on a computer in the 70s and the 80s just fucking around on the internet for 8 hours watching YouTube videos. Shit wasn't around. My generation, that's all we fucking do. And the older generation, they just don't get that, you know? They don't understand. It's so painful. And this is like the longest video I've ever made, so I probably shouldn't have done that. I just wanted to, express my opinion a little bit. Can't source anything I said except for the Honda bullshit. Look up Hondas. I mean, I don't know in 2018 or 2019. I don't know what's going on. Because I did my research kind of around 2013, 14. And I was a big Honda fan anyways. So I fell in love with Honda even more. And that's pretty much all I really like to drive. Even though I got a Kawasaki motorcycle. But Honda's a little weak on the sport touring side. Anyways, I'm going way off tangent. I'm at 12 minutes. I gotta call this. Peace, guys. Whoever you are, I love you all.